You know, at first I was really stoked for Grand Kingdom. It's a tactical RPG, it has really nice art style, and it's coming out not just on PS4 but also on the Vita. But after putting about 20 plus hours into the game, I can't really say that it's for everybody.
Ah, crap! Cannon fire!
So yeah, let's start with the good stuff. The combat system is by far the best thing about Grand Kingdom. It's a tactical RPG. There are 3 lanes, and you can move your 4-person squad, and you can place them within these 3 lanes. And since they have friendly fire, you really have to think about where and when you're moving your characters, and when and where they're going to attack. And speaking of attacks, you can actually go into the menu and you can customize exactly what each face button does. So you can have your circle button do one attack while your triangle button does another attack while your square button is saved for heal. This gives players a lot of room for customization. And during fights, when you land certain combos, it feels really satisfying. It feels almost like a fighting game.
This is our chance to show them what we're made of!
But outside of combat, you have the quest map view where you're moving your squad around like chess pieces, and that's all fine and that's very easy to understand. But outside of that, when you're at the base, you have just a ton of menus to get through, and the game doesn't really spend a lot of time explaining to you what every little menu does. For example, it took me a long time to figure out what a grimoire was, and that basically is just a way to learn skills. But then also I'm kind of confused as to what a grand grimoire does and how to even use it. There's also a leveling up system that is also different from the class up system. Players can also choose to go to the city capital and visit the trade post and a blacksmith, but they all seem kind of redundant because there's a shop in the base menu anyways, and that provides most of the gear that you'd want anyways, so that's kind of odd. It's unfortunate that there's a lot of obtuseness to Grand Kingdom, especially when the combat system's so good. And going back to the combat system, there's actually a really awesome online feature where you can sign up to fight for 4 different factions within the game, and you can attack these different factions and you take over parts of the map along with other players that are also fighting within your own faction. An interesting thing to note about the online war component is that players can level up their party without actually playing the game. Players can send a party to fight as AI controlled units online. Having your characters level up by themselves eliminates the need for level grinds, and that's awesome. That's always good for me. And there is a bit of a grind, especially if you want to stay competitive, or if you want to tackle the very forgettable narrative campaign. Grand Kingdom does a lot of great things with its combat system, and it's a really fun game. It's just that it's buried with a lot of convoluted menus and a lot of redundant systems. You don't really need field skills and also normal items. You don't really need a class up system when you already have the leveling up system. You don't really need grand grimoires when you already have skills. It's just a lot of things that repeat itself for the sake of complexity. But hey, another Vita game is another Vita game, and I'll take it.